Alright, so in this video I have the cheapest pair of Adidas Futurecraft 4D sneakers on the market. Retail is $220. And so in this video we're going to be focusing on the Adidas 4D Run 1.0. What is going on, guys? Hes here, collectivekicks.com. If you guys would like to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description and happy shopping. If you do want to buy a pair of these new sneakers right here, check the link also in the description. This pair actually comes out in another week, but I got a pair a little bit early, which is kind of rad because I got this from the Adidas employee store. Big shout out to the Spokane Kid on Instagram. Much appreciated for looking out for me on this pair. Give me access a little bit early. So at first glance, it looks just like a regular pair of Adidas 4D running shoes. However, one of the things that I noticed when I got these in hand is the bottom of the shoe. They changed the game a little bit here. Normally you have a thick rubber outsole and you can't really see any of the stuff going on in the middle. And so with this version with the clear soles, it helps you really accentuate the lattice system underneath with the bottom of the shoe. So I think that's a really cool integration to let you know that this is not just a cosmetic thing on the outside. It's fully functional and the lattice goes all the way through the shoe, which is something that we've known if you guys have followed the channel and followed Adidas 4D technology with the Futurecraft, because basically this midsole is created out of liquid. It's actually pulled out of liquid and hit with laser and heat, and it actually forms the lattice structure of the 4D printed midsole, which is a pretty cool concept in how they derive this technology. One other thing that I thought was really rad is you could see on the inside of the shoe, there's actually a window now if you take out the insole, and it shows you the lattice structure as well. So you get it hit from both angles, from the top and the bottom, and you could see they're really like touting the midsole, which is something that was missing from the first few versions of these from the last couple years. And I'm glad that on the cheaper model that they're releasing, they're actually finally making that a little bit more mainstream and more known. I think that as with anything, there's fine tuning as you go, and this is kind of an example of that. One other thing I wanted to show you guys that was pretty rad is on the insole of the shoe, it has this right here. It says 3-stripe life on, and it has a bunch of emojis and stuff, kind of like a nutrition label on the shoe. And this is the Parley version of the shoe, and primarily the upper is made from recycled plastic. So as a result of Adidas recycling the plastics, it's saving X number of bottles from hitting the ocean. It's a really cool way to be able to create products as well as keep some of the plastics out of the oceans, which I think is kind of a good thing anyway. And in fact, in Oregon, just recently, as of the new year, they've actually banned the use of plastic bags in the grocery stores and stuff. So that's a huge fundamental change for Oregon. We have to bring our own bags or pay for our own paper bags. But I think it's a smart move. I think it's all in all, like, it's a net win for just so much waste out there that happens. And honestly, I haven't really thought much about how much we waste, but I mean, we collectively waste a lot in the US, so it's something that I think that's good to be a little bit more conscious of. This is actually a limited colorway that's supposed to be inspired out of Miami, but honestly it looks like the Parley colorways that we've seen in the past. Combining innovation with data to enhance performance, the creation of the 3D printed sole is based on 17 years of athletic insight. Each thread is individually constructed millimeter by millimeter using engineered mesh. Parley Ocean Plastic textile upper provides support, breathability, and flexibility, all without compromising on style. If you look at the upper, it is a singular mesh upper, meaning one piece covers the entire shoe. It does feature a detached tongue as well, and a size 9 men's US weighs 11.2 ounces, which is a little bit less than what we've seen in the past. In fact, I think that's in line with what the Ultra Boost are. You can see around the toe cap area, there is a little hit of some fused material for added protection. That's also visible with the 3 stripes on the side, as well as reinforcement around the eyelets of the lace holes. And then again back here on the back side of the shoe with an Adidas logo right here. But overall, the branding is pretty minimal on this colorway, which honestly I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of, to be honest. So for the support back here, this is a little bit firmer, but then you do have a plastic bar that comes across the shoe, which adds a little bit of color and pop to the shoe as well. And then for the back of the heel, it's actually a really big bulbous padding on the back, which is an interesting choice. It's really kind of exaggerated on this one. The tongue is really low cut, and actually the shoe in general is actually a very low cut shoe, but the tongue is really low cut, and it is a detached tongue, which is something that I always personally prefer. So that's a win in my opinion. Some people probably don't like that. I just inherently like a detached tongue. But overall, the look of the shoe is kind of cool. I think they look better on feet than in pictures, but I think that they definitely look better in hand than in pictures as well, especially with that sole. This sole is what sells me on the shoe. Just the fact that they have the entire thing visible like that was so cool to see. So questions I'm sure you guys are going to be asking is, how is the comfort overall on the shoe? Is it worth buying? Comfort overall on the shoe is actually really good. It's not like the Adidas Ultra Boost 19s or 20s. And so I actually do have a follow-up video after wearing the Ultra Boost 20s a month. I've been wearing the heck out of those shoes, so I will be doing that video pretty soon. But the Ultra Boost 20 is amazing, super comfortable, super supportive, lots and lots of squishing, as I called it, cushioning and squishiness to the shoe and responsiveness. It's just a really all-around great shoe. This, you don't get that same sort of feeling from it though. So if you're looking for that, then that's definitely the shoe that you want. However, if you don't like the overall crazy squishiness of the Ultra Boost, some people just don't like that. They prefer a muted kind of feel. They like that Chuck Taylor Air Jordan 1. Honestly, I like that feel too, just depends on the day, but these have more of a solid feel on feet. They're not as responsive or reactive or anything like that, but they're definitely way softer than Chuck's or Air Jordan 1s, and all in all, they're actually just really comfortable. I honestly removed the insoles on one of the shoes, and it actually felt a little bit better for myself personally. It just gave me a little bit more room in the shoe. Because they are so low cut, I liked actually having a little extra wiggle room. I went true to size 9.5, and they fit me just fine down to the toe. They're not overly wide tracked on the bottom, but they're like wide foot friendly enough. I didn't feel like there was any issues with the arc or anything like that on my feet. I have a really flat foot though, so the arc on this is perfect. By normal standards, it's overall a really comfortable shoe and definitely worth trying on if you haven't. It's probably one of the more comfortable pairs of 4D technology shoes on the market. I would say that this one's much, much more comfortable than the ZX4000. And this one might be in line with the Alpha Edge. Alpha Edge is a really good one too. And for those that haven't seen, I have quite a few pairs of these 4D technology shoes. And overall, I think these ones are really good on feet. This is my pair that I actually Frankensteined and cut out the tongue and then added my own night jogger tongue into it. And I actually really like the way this one came out. This is a women's shoe, but again, it's just super, super fun that I was able to customize it. And you can see it has the white 4D on the bottom, but then check out the sole. Super thick sole, and you can't see the bottom. I mean, I just think that this is overall a better improvement. However, I think that overall traction and stuff and the longevity might not be as good because of the clear soles, but it's a compromise worth having. And the sole traction, the soles do feel pretty sturdy, but overall, the other soles have been really, really good with the Continental rubber down here. And this is a pair that I dip dyed. So I have quite a few pairs. This is another Parley colorway, I believe, right here. With the green colorway, which is super fire. I think this might be one of, if not the most comfortable pairs of 4D sneakers, but these ones are pretty close. I just think that overall the Prime Knit on the Alpha Edge is probably better. It's more comfortable feeling than on the Parley material on this one. But this is a cheaper shoe. This is $220. This one is $350 or $300, so it's definitely a cheaper shoe. And the upper is nice, and I like the fact it's recycled on the Parley one, but overall comfort on this one is actually a little bit better. But all in all, I think Adidas is back on the right track with the 4D technology, especially with the price cuts. $220 is definitely more affordable. I know some of the other models are on sale, which is even better, but a lot of people haven't dabbled with this technology. The only thing I can hope is that Adidas continues to improve upon the 4D technology to make it that much more lucrative for people to try it out for the very first time, but also to get people like myself that have 5 or 6 pairs of the 4D technology shoes interested in them again, which is something that if they wouldn't have changed out the midsole and the sole of the shoe, I wouldn't have bought the shoe. But because of that, that is what made me jump. But that's kind of a look at the shoe. This is a casual perspective. This is supposed to be geared more towards runners though. I'm curious to see if runners are actually going to be picking up this shoe and running in. Honestly, I feel like it's definitely more of a casual shoe. This could definitely be a shoe that you use at the gym as well, because there's good lockdown with the laces, obviously. There's good support on the shoe. It's a heavy duty enough shoe that you could probably lift in, and you're not going to sink in. I'm sure with Boost or React, maybe it's a little bit too squishy for maybe like heavy weight training. This one is squishy, but not near as squishy as those ones, so it might be better for things like that. Overall, though, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know you guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about the new 4D Run 1.0? And is it something you guys are interested in, future colorways, or interested in the evolution of the 4D technology? Leave a comment. Shout out to the Spokane Kid and all those other Adidas employees over there that always look out for me. Much appreciated, you guys. And that's the end of the video. Thank you guys again for stopping by and watching. If you guys want to buy a pair of Adidas 4D shoes, check the link in the description, and I'll take you over to Adidas website. And stay tuned for the channel. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. Subscribe, notification bell. Have a good rest of the day. Peace, guys.